Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. Here's a brand new halacha for you. It's for Tuesday, the 15th of June, the 5th day of Tamuz. Now, we have a halacha that when one mitzvah is in front of you, it's not appropriate to put that mitzvah item aside. I'm going to get right to an example so it could be extra clear. If you go to the Aron Kodesh to take out a Torah, and you take out the Torah thinking that it's the one that's rolled to the right place for the leaning that you need, and as soon as the Gabbai sees you holding it, he goes, oh no, that's the wrong Torah. So, a lot of you probably know you do not at that point just put the Torah back, because that would be taking the mitzvah item and pushing it aside, and we don't like to ever show such a thing. So, and that's our rule in general. Whenever you're doing mitzvahs, if you take one of them, do that mitzvah. We don't like to take a mitzvah and put it aside. If you're supposed to take out your talis first. For men, you put on your talis, and then after you take out your tefillin. But if by mistake you took out your tefillin first, we're not going to say to the tefillin, oh, you wait, and put them back down. If you take out your tefillin first, you just put them on first. So I've showed you just now two examples of where taking out a mitzvah, even if it's the one you weren't supposed to do, but if you took it out, just continue with it, because we don't want to push that mitzvah aside. Okay, that's the general rule. But now I want to take you to an important, well, it's an exception. It looks like an exception, and I want to explain why. And here it is. The man, every day when they take out their tefillin, they're supposed to take out their shalyad and put on their hand part first, and then take out the shalrosh and put on their head part second. Okay, but if you took out the shalrosh first, the rule that we just learned in the other two examples was whatever you take out first, just put it on. But the halacha in tefillin is, if you pull out the shalrosh first, do not put on the shalrosh first, even though you pulled it out first. Now why? It seems like an exception and a contradiction to the two rules that we just said before. And here's the answer. The answer is that in tefillin, God tells us, by the way he phrases the sentence in the Torah, Ukshartem la'osal yadecha, you should bind them for a sign on your arm, v'hayu latotafos bein einecha, and they should be for a sign between your eyes. God is telling us, kind of like us, almost like a chok, that this is the order. When you do tefillin, the shalyad goes on first, the shalrosh goes on second. So basically what I'm coming here to say to you in this halacha is that usually whenever you have two mitzvahs, if you take out one, you do the one you took out. But when it comes to tefillin, the one that you took out first has to be the shalyad, and if you took out the shalrosh first, you will have to put it down, because God insisted that the shalyad goes on before the shalrosh. Okay, it's shalyad, boom, right to the shalrosh afterwards. As in a little aside, just in case you already knew that law, that's why we're so careful not to talk or even communicate from when we start putting on the shalyad till the shalrosh is snug on our head. And that's because God also hinted, put them on your arm, put them on your head. Nothing comes between. You don't talk, and you don't even motion to anybody from when the time you start putting on your shalyad till your shalrosh is securely on your head. Hope I haven't confused you. I took you to a few different laws there, but I think it was clear. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.